Welcome back, friend. You're watching Dhara's Infotech. Myself, Amol Singh. In this new lecture series, we'll start a new topic with the for the class 11th science student. Now here we are starting physics for 11th science. In physics, we are having the chapter name is electrostatic. So before starting the chapter, we're trying to know the title of this chapter. So here, electrostatic. The basic and the simple definition for electrostatic is electrostatic means the study of charge at rest. Okay, so the question is come in our mind, that is what is the static condition? Means what? Whenever the object is at rest condition, at that time the condition of charge, the state of charge, we are trying to study here. Okay, so electrostatic is the study of charge at rest. In this lecture we are trying to study this topic. So first of all, we see how it's work. So before starting the exact content of chapter, we have an experience, that is what, in a winter season, dry day, when we remove the sweater, then we feel or we hear some crackling, or we feel the sweaters stick to our body. That is why, because of due to the friction between the sweater and our body, there is some kind of charge will produce, and that charge is responsible for that attraction or that crackling. Another one, a natural example of electrostatic is what? In a monsoon season, we see the lightning in the sky due to friction between two clouds. There, during that friction, there is the lots of electrons, means a large amount of electron will produce, and that electrons throw toward the earth direction. So that's why the lightning will happen. Okay, these are the basic phenomena or the basic example of the electrostatic or electric charge. Now in the next we'll see the another example of electrostatic. So before the starting with the exact content of syllabus, we see the history of electrostatic. So before the 600 BC, means before Christ, 600 years, the Greeks already knows the property of charge. So here we are having some example. Student, please concentrate here. Suppose we are having a cloth of silk, and a glass rod, okay, this is what? This is glass rod. Okay, we are having these two objects, one is silk cloth and glass rod. When we are rubbing that glass rod over the silk, so after some time, due to that rubbing, here a positive charge comes on that glass rod and negative charge comes on that silk. So before the rubbing, these two bodies are electrically neutral before the rubbing, but after that rubbing, here we observe this glass rod having the positive charge and the silk having the negative charge. So what is the reason behind it? The reason is that during that friction or rubbing, some electrons are moved from that glass rod to silk. That's why, due to the loss of electron, this glass rod having the positive charge, and due to the gain of electron, this silk having the negative charge. In another case, suppose we are having a cloth made up of with the help of sheep locker, or the hair of sheep, that is fur. In Marathi we can also say a ghungdi. Okay, so that fur, and we are having another one object, that is abnoit rod. Okay, so when we rub that abnoit rod with the fur, then after some time we observe here this fur having the positive charge and this abnoit rod having the negative charge. Now here the condition is same. Why the fur having positive charge, why the abnoit rod having the negative charge? Before the rubbing we know the both bodies are electrically neutral, but during the rubbing or while we are rubbing them, some electron from the fur move toward the abnoit rod. So that's why, due to the receiving of electron from fur, abnoit rod having the negative charge, and due to the loss of electron, fur having the positive charge. Okay, now see the electrical charge, behavior of these electrical charge. If we are trying to move these rods together, or trying to move them near to each other, then we will feel here the force of attraction. The force of attraction will be there. Why? Because of unlike charges. Positive, negative charges are attract together. Suppose if we are having two glass rod, and we are trying to rub them, and after rubbing both the glass rod having the positive charge, if we are trying to move together or try to close near together these charges, due to the similarity of charge, here we feel a repulsive force. Why? Because of like charges. So hence we conclude that is what the conclusions are like as follow. When unlike charge come together, then they are attract each other. They are attract each other. And the second conclusion, that is what, when like charge come together, then they are repelled each other. It means what? When two unlike charges, means what? Positive, negative, or negative, positive are come together, then they are attract each other. In a second conclusion, we have seen when a like charges means positive, or in another case, here we are having two negative charge of object. If we are trying to near together or move together, then again here we'll feel the repulsive force. Okay, in these negative and positive charges. Okay, it's a very simple and easiest way to know the behavior of charge. Okay, this is very simple diagram. You must be write this diagram with these conclusion respectively and try to understand it. Okay, Then we'll take another one example, that is so here we are having two objects. This is object at rest, okay, and this is a charged body, and this is rest condition body. Now suppose we are having this body, we name as A, and here the B. The body A have a charge, that is positive charge. If we are trying to move this positive charged body toward the rest body, means if you check this body before applying any charge at rest, this body electrically neutral, okay, neutral, there is no any charge, okay. But when we move the charged body towards this neutral body, then you will observe the all negative charge are get moved towards the charged body, and all positive charge get separated. Means after that moving the charged body towards this body, the charge inside of this body are distributed, but due to the moving of this charged body, the opposite charge, here we are having positive charge, the opposite charge of positive, that is negative, which gets separated from this body, and these are come to the towards or to side of the charged body, okay. It means what? Before applying the charge, the all plus and minus, positive and negative charge are distributed anywhere over the whole surface of this body, but after that moving the charged body towards that neutral body, electrically neutral body, the all opposite charges, means here we are having positive, that's why the opposite is what? Negative, get separated, and positive move away from the positive charge. Why? Because of here in our previous diagram we know the unlike charges are attract each other, and these alike charges are repel each other, okay. Similarly, if we have taken here the all negative charges, and here somewhere is distributed charges, negative and positive, okay. So due to the negative charged body, if we applied that charge or move the charge towards this electrically neutral body, then we will see the all positive charges are separated and they move toward the negative charge, and rest of the all negatives are get separated and they move away from this charge. Why? Because of like nature they repel, unlike nature they are attract, okay. Please draw this diagram and write the definition. As we know, the like charges are repel each other and unlike charges are attract each other, okay. Now see the next content, that is what? So the next part is what? Properties of electric charge. But before starting the electric charge, we are trying to know why the fuel tanker have the metal chain on backside which are hang towards the earth direction. What is the reason behind it? Okay, so while the vehicle is running, so at that time, due to the running of tire, the tire are continuously rotate, and due to that rotation, the friction between tire and road will produce some charge on that vehicle. So that charge may be cause of the lightning, like in the sky we have seen. So that metal chain which is hang on a back side of that vehicle or fuel tanker, that produced charge will be provide or move toward the earth direction. When that chain, that metal chain touch to the earth, the all charged electrons goes to the earth and the danger will be reduced, means the friction will be reduced if that electrons are continuously increasing on the that fuel tanker, then it may be the cause of blast or it may be a cause of sparking. Okay, that's why that chain will be hang on the back side of the fuel tanker. The second thing, when a fuel tanker is emptied on the petrol pump, then you will observe the a metal chain which is grounded to that tanker. While the emptied, during that process, again some electrons are producing there and they are having in a large amounts, so that's why they may become a cause of friction or may a cause of firing. So that's why the grounded chain will be neutral that tanker. तो हम लोगों ने ये चीज़ें देखी। स्टार्ट से इस चैप्टर का हम समरी देखेंगे। इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक यानी चार्ज की स्टडी एट रेस्ट कंडीशन में, ये हमने देखा। उसके जो कुछ बेसिक और नेचुरल एग्जांपल्स हैं, जैसे कि हम सर्दियों में हमारा स्वेटर जब निकालते हैं तो तब हमें क्रैकलिंग की आवाज़ें आती है या वो स्वेटर बॉडी से चिपका हुआ महसूस होता है। दूसरा एग्जांपल देखा जब हम बरसात के सीज़न में देखते हैं कि आकाश में हमें बिजली चमकते हुए दिखती है। उसका रीज़न है दो क्लाउड एक दूसरे के साथ घिसते हैं, उस वजह से वहाँ पे बिजली का निर्माण होता है। दूसरी चीज़ हमने देखी कि ग्लास का रॉड यानी कि कांच की डंडी सिल्क के कपड़े पे घिसने से कांच की डंडी पे, ग्लास रॉड पे पॉजिटिव चार्ज आया और सिल्क पे नेगेटिव चार्ज आया। पॉजिटिव चार्ज आने का रीज़न है लॉस ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन, नेगेटिव चार्ज आने का रीज़न है गेन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन। उसी के संदर्भ में एक दूसरा एग्जांपल हमने देखा, भेड़ के बालों से बनी हुई जो चादर होती है उस पर एबनाइट रॉड को घिसा। उस वक्त हमने देखा एबनाइट रॉड पे नेगेटिव चार्ज आया और फर पे पॉजिटिव चार्ज आया। सेम कंडीशन यहीं पे भी लागू होती है। पॉजिटिव चार्ज आने का रीज़न है लॉस ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन, नेगेटिव चार्ज आने का रीज़न है गेन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन। ओके, ये हमने बेसिक चीज़ें देखी। उसके बाद देखा लाइक चार्जेस, यानी कि एक जैसे पॉजिटिव पॉजिटिव या नेगेटिव नेगेटिव, ऐसे अगर चार्जेस को नज़दीक लाया जाए तो इनमें रिपल्सिव फोर्स होगा। अगर अनलाइक यानी कि एक पॉजिटिव दूसरा नेगेटिव, इन दोनों को अगर नज़दीक लाने की कोशिश की जाए तो इनमें फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन होगा। इससे हमें दो चीज़ें पता चली, लाइक चार्जेस रिपल्ट ईच अदर एंड अनलाइक चार्जेस अट्रैक्ट ईच अदर। ओके, देन उसके बाद हमने देखा एक चार्ज बॉडी को इलेक्ट्रिकली न्यूट्रल बॉडी पे अगर हम नज़दीक लेके जाए तो वो इलेक्ट्रिकल न्यूट्रल बॉडी उस चार्ज के अपोजिट चार्ज को सेपरेट कर देगी। मीन्स वहाँ पे पहले डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड चार्ज था, बट आफ्टर दैट मूविंग द चार्ज बॉडी नियर टू दैट न्यूट्रल बॉडी, the charge inside of neutral body gets separated and the opposite charges are come toward the side of charged body, जो हमने देखा। उसके बाद हमने ये देखा कि फ्यूल टैंकर के पीछे चेन लगी होती है लोहे की। उसका रीज़न ये है, जब फ्यूल टैंकर रोड पे चलता है तो रोड के साथ घिसने की वजह से बहुत सारे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स यानी चार्ज उस टैंकर पे आ जाते हैं, तो वहाँ पे हाईली फ्लेमेबल यानी कि ज्वालाग्रही पदार्थ होने की वजह से फटने की या स्फोट होने की संभावना होती है। तो वो चेन वहाँ पे जनरेट हुए इलेक्ट्रॉन को यानी कि एक्स्ट्रा चार्ज को ज़मीन की तरफ भेज के उसे न्यूट्रलाइज करने में सहायता करती है वो चेन। उसी तरह जब पेट्रोल पंप पे कोई टैंकर खाली होता है, वहाँ के ग्राउंडेड टैंक में जब वो पेट्रोल जाता है या डीजल जाता है, उस वक्त उस टैंकर को एक लोहे के चेन के थ्रू एक खंभे से बांधा जाता है, ताकि जब टैंकर खाली हो रहा हो उस वक्त वहाँ पे जो लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन प्रोड्यूस होगा, उस इलेक्ट्रॉन को अर्थिंग के थ्रू ज़मीन की तरफ भेजा जाए, वहाँ पे भी स्फोट होने की संभावना को कम किया जाता है अर्थिंग के द्वारा। तो इस तरह से हमने 11वीं कक्षा के भौतिक शास्त्र की स्टडी की। यहाँ पे हमने जो चैप्टर देखा जिसका नाम था इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक। धन्यवाद मित्रों। आप सभी से मेरी विनती है कि आप लोग आपके आस पड़ोस में जितने भी 11वीं कक्षा के साइंस के स्टूडेंट हैं उनके साथ इस वीडियो को साझा करें और उन्हें घर पर रहकर पढ़ाई करने में सहायता करें। प्लीज़ मेरे चैनल को लाइक करें, शेयर करें और सब्सक्राइब करें। जल्द ही आने वाले लेक्चर में मिलते हैं। धन्यवाद मित्रों।